Brown and black. We're going to put them up there too. Hey, man, y'all want to put a cherry on top? We got to put the brown and black. Got to do that. Make our case even stronger. Get all of them over here with us. Going crazy at Twinkersville. What up, squad? What's poppin'? Welcome back to Grouped. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all don't got Netflix, go get them. Go get Netflix. Go show the rest of these enablers how to handle a bully. If I'm being dead serious, if you don't have Netflix, go get it. At least for the month. At least for 1 month. If you are sick of this woke culture. You know what I mean? I'm being serious. I'm getting myself 2 subscriptions. I'm not playing with you. They're the first company that got enough sack to say, you know what? Screw this. I'm done. And people, it's so funny how the whole thing changes now. Just a minute ago, everybody in this woke culture, you should have seen the headlines. Oh, Dave does this, and it wasn't really accepted, and really wasn't, even though it got like 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, dude, the way they spun it was just insane because they expected, because they were so used of everybody folding, so used of everybody just caving in within a day or so from this woke mob. You know what I'm saying? And cancel Twitter. I'm done with Twitter. I'm canceling Twitter. Twitter is just, they're a disgrace. They all can disgrace. Fuck Twitter. I'm being dead serious. Fuck Twitter. That's what, hey, you with the woke crowd, bro. You a zombie. You a walking zombie, bro. I'm going to tell you like that. You a walking zombie. Plain and simple. And all of this catering to people. I mean, listen. It isn't long before they come after you, and Netflix knows that, because Netflix seen the way they galvanize, and, oh, we're going to do this. Even though Netflix is like, listen, I'm going to be neutral in this. We going to leave it, you know what I'm saying? We just going to let this, just do his thing. I mean, Dave's been on there for long enough. I mean, come on, man. He ain't saying anything different than he used to. But like I said, when it's your time and they pick you out of a crowd, that's it. You know what I'm saying? When they pick you out of a crowd, that's it. And it's funny because, we have this whole thing going on now, right? Am I wrong? You can't, if you're canceled, if you're somebody or anybody that has a name for themselves, they try to cancel you and choke you out and have you have no voice. And basically, they are trying to make you live in this land of make-believe. I don't even think Oz could even begin to explain what this entire woke culture is becoming. It's like what there is no evidence of and no scientific fact backing it is now fact and law. I mean, listen, if you don't want that to be your future, your kid's future, I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before I'm telling you right now. Listen, I'm all for LGBTQ rights and all of that. I'm all for everybody having equal opportunities, those marginalized, but I am not for, if I disagree with you, all of a sudden you're calling me a transphobe or a phobia or any phobia there is. That's called, real quick, just about to tell you what it's called. It's called civilization. When one disagrees with the other and then they agree to disagree if they can't come to a conclusion. That is called civilization. But now, when it becomes where you just want to say, screw what you say, I'm here now, because that's basically what happened. Woke culture made it what? We're here now. Everybody else, peace, deuces, get out. Nah, it don't work like that, man. It don't work like that. That's not how it works. And you got to remember this. Woke is only, as far as it's social media. Like, do you know anybody on social media that would say any of that stuff in their everyday life? Most of these people don't show their faces. Most of these people got fake profiles and they just rent, they just run and that's it. Don't get me wrong. The concerning thing is a lot of people do believe this. So, without further ado, let's get into it. It's just getting chaotic. It's getting crazy. Like I said, I'm for equal rights for everybody. I mean, hey, when when I heard that, you know what I mean, same sex, partners would live together all their life and they couldn't even bury their partner, their loved one that they've been with forever. That I really was like, man, that got to change. That's wrong, man. I mean, they've been together all their life, probably have no family, because a lot of times, family would disown you. I mean, they all they have is each other. I mean, it's just wrong for for their loved one not to be able to bury them and you know what I'm saying, say goodbye properly and have to be discriminated against like that. That is wrong. I think that, you know what I'm saying. So when they, they passed same-sex marriage and everything, that was a win, and I actually was happy for the fact that, hey, man, they got a right to be as miserable as I am. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, it's I was happy because it showed. Listen, it showed some, it showed tolerance, and I was all for that. But now when we're coming and we're saying, hey, well, if you say something that I don't even like, never mind hurt your feelings, that you just don't like, all of a sudden I'm a phobe, I'm this, I'm that. I mean, that's just a crock of shit. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna show you some discrepancies and some. I mean, we all have some hypocrisy in us. Come on, we all have that. But when you're blatantly lying, it's not even being It's not even being hypocritical. It's you're blatantly lying and you're blatantly disregarding truth. That is just it's wrong. It's wrong. Number one, ethically and morally, it's wrong. So let's get. Okay, so here's the update on the whole Chappelle shebang. A source close to the situation tells TMZ. I mean, TMZ got the scoop on everything. I ain't gonna lie, man. They real good with it. And if there's any information they kind of screw up, don't get me wrong. They do definitely do the whole clickbait thing that they hype up a story and then you see where they stand. But sometimes they lean a little to the whatever side. But for the most part, they get the truth and you get it in their words. So let's update. A source close to the situation tells TMZ Terra did get suspended for joining a meeting with directors without notifying the people running the meeting first. We're told Terra's presence in the meeting sparked an investigation. All right, so same goes for the other two employees, and her suspension was the result of that investigation, which I know, a lot of people are trying to come out and say, oh, they're trying to push this agenda that they were suspended because they were trans, and Dave is this boogie monster that wants to, get rid of all the trans from Netflix now because they spoke out against them. I've seen so many stories, it's ridiculous. So now, a Netflix spokesperson confirms Tara's suspension was the result of her meeting attendance and not any of the tweets. It wasn't any of the tweets. None whatsoever. They're saying that right here. 1:18 p.m. Netflix has reportedly issued a denial of suspension saying it's absolutely untrue that its employees were suspended for speaking out against Chappelle's special on Twitter or otherwise, which they went on Twitter, which is the only platform you're going to hear with this woke culture now, because Twitter actually condones lies. It condones bullying if you're the right race or identify yourself with the right sex. It will condone that. It condones the worst of behavior. Twitter does. If you want to be as bad as yourself want to be, go to Twitter. If you want to go up there and lie, but you got to be saying the right lies, man. It's got to be the right lies. Because if they're not the right lies, then what's left? You know what I'm saying? So Just to let you know, man, Twitter definitely condones despicable behavior. They definitely condone racism as long as you're the right race. Twitter definitely condones hate speech. It definitely condones, I mean, it just condones everything that can be anywhere else would not accept. But Twitter does. So hey, you want to be a badass? Go to Twitter. You want to go get your Twitter fingers on, man. Go get them Twitter fingers on. All right, if you want to do that, because Twitter don't mind that. Twitter don't mind that. Just you got to say the right things. You know what I mean? You got to say the right things. You got to be mad at white people. You got to be mad at straight people. And you have to be completely living in a delusional world. And Twitter's cool with that. Twitter's 100% cool with that. Canceling Twitter. I can't stand Twitter. Fuck Twitter. All right. So Netflix benched 3 of its own employees, including one person trans, for blasting Dave Chappelle's new stand-up special. Now, these are headlines that you're reading now. You know what I'm saying? These are headlines that, the spin crowd, the woke crowd is trying to put out there, and they try to spin it. And you know what? They try to blatantly lie. Let's not even say spin. They try to lie like everything else. We're in the land of make-believe. Well, maybe it's not lies. Maybe they really believe this. Maybe they really do. Just like maybe they believe a lot of other stuff. But these are beliefs. Don't mean the fact. I mean, I believe in shit. All right, but the network insists it's more over how they did it. The streaming giant reportedly suspended Tara Field, who identifies as queer, trans, and who uses she, her pronouns, and 2 other Netflix workers for crashing a meeting among top execs last week. Oh, wow. So you crash a meeting, especially above the head. See what I'm trying to say? The sense of entitlement, y'all. The sense of entitlement. Yeah, I could just walk in. I mean, what's that? Like, you walking in on your boss, like, head execs. Like, you know what? Hey, you know what? Home office is here. I remember a time when home office would come to any place, any work site, and everybody's like, yo, man, act like you're doing something. Home office here. Now we're so entitled. We kicking in. Boom. You got the Western music going on in the back. Staring them down. What y'all doing in here? I'm just checking in. See what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, you just walk in, just barge in. Like, nobody taught you manners. Nobody taught you knock on door when it's closed. But no. It wasn't the fact that they didn't have any manners. No, it wasn't that at all. It was the fact that, hey, I do what the hell I want. And anyone that disagrees with that is a phobe. A phobophobe. A phobophobe. That's what it is now. You a phobe. My word, you a phobe. It don't matter what it is. I don't care what it is. You damn phobe. I'm calling everybody a phobe. You phobophobe? Damn, that's kind of catchy though, isn't it? Phobe. Let's go. All right, so the streaming giant reportedly suspended Tara Field, who identifies as queer, trans, all them pronouns and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Crashing the meeting above. All right, which Field and the rest infiltrated uninvited this per variety. Oh, shit. All right, man, let's read that one more time. The streaming giant reportedly suspended Tara Field, who identifies as queer, trans, and who uses she, her pronouns, and 2 other Netflix workers for crashing a meeting among top execs last week. Wow. Which Field and the rest infiltrated. That means, you know what infiltrated means, right? They went up in there, you know what I'm saying? Like some ninjas or something. You know what I mean? They was ready for war. They was ready for, I want somebody's head on a platter right now. But we ain't gonna knock. And we ain't asking. We telling. All right. All right. That's what they used to. That's what they used to. But you know what? Them execs did? Instead of saying, okay, I'll do what you want. You want me to leave right now? I'll go, you know what the execs did? They said, who the fuck you think you is? Who the fuck are these three? I don't even fucking know their damn names. The fuck out of my office. The fuck out now. And that was it. That was it. That's it. Basically what would happen, anybody else did that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's usually what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's all, man. So, you weren't discriminated against. You just a rude ass motherfucker. Y'all three is some rude motherfuckers. You know, hey, man, y'all want to get some people's attention, man? Do jumping jacks in the hall or something. You know what I'm saying? Go outside and hold up signs. Pick it. Do it the old-fashioned way. But when you kicking in doors of execs, man, and I'm going to say kicking in doors, I can make up shit too. How does it feel? Sucks, doesn't it? I'm just coming up with my own conclusions of the truth, right? Hey, that's what we doing nowadays. Hey, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right? So, let's go. It was a virtual quarterly business review session. And apparently CEO Ted Sarandos. No, I want to do it the right way. And apparently the CEO Ted Sarandos. I had to do that. I don't know why I had to do it. At one point, posed a question to the other big wigs. Ones that had bigger wigs than he did. I'm being serious. That's why they call them wigs. Because they were wearing wigs. Back in the days, yeah, men used to wear wigs, man. We used to wear wigs. Like, big wigs. Like, real big wigs. So, just letting you know. Anyways, yeah, so we went back to the big wigs on how Netflix should handle employees' talent who are upset over Chappelle's special. The closer. Oh, it closed all right. Which is full of trans and LGBTQ jokes. Which is not true. But we're going to say it is for argument's sake. Sounds like Field and Co. piped up right then and there. But no word on what exactly was said. In any case, they're not going to be reporting to work for an undetermined amount of time over the stunt they pulled. Don't pull stunts. Don't fake them stunts, man. You faking stunts? You know what happens when you fake stunts? Reality hits. And reality could be a some bitch. So now we got Terra Field. All over the Twitter sphere. All over the tweaker sphere. I work at Netflix. Yesterday we launched another Chappelle special where he attacks the trans community and the very validity of transness. Hey, man. Hey, I guess we both be making up fucking words, huh? Hey, my new shit phobe. Yours is transness. Hey, man, it's all good. It's all good, man. I'm with you on that. Let's just do it. Fuck it. Let's just cut shit in half. All while trying to put his against... Wait, what did you say? All while trying to pit us against other marginalized groups like himself. Yeah, Yeah. Me, Dave Chappelle, I want to pit myself against myself. That's what I'm doing up here. No, I'm making jokes, damn it. You're going to hear a lot of talk about offense. This is what's funny. This is very interesting. You want me to show you why? Because look at what she says right after this. We're not offended. Oh, you're not? So then why didn't you do like everybody else? Either go to the show or don't show to the show. And guess what? You don't talk about the show because you don't care about the show because you're not offended by the show. But no, of course, we have to take it deeper than that. We have to act like it was a sinister plot against trans folk. Yep, we got to act like, no, this was an assassination. Watch this. Field had been vocally against Chappelle's special on Twitter prior to the meeting. Something Netflix says it's totally cool with. What they don't approve, it seems, is the stealth move to sneak into the meeting to voice concerns, which is fine. You want to voice your concerns? Put it on a paper, mail it in, or put it in a damn email. But no, your concerns is more important than everybody else's concerns, and what you got to say got to be heard now, damn it, because there's no sense of entitlement. No, we don't have that nowadays. No, we're not just some spoiled little fuckers. No, we're not that. Unreal, man. So, that they say is why she's suspended. Of course, Chappelle's comments have been called inflammatory, especially his remark that he sides with J.K. Rowling on the idea of gender is a fact. Oh my God! Is it? He's lying, isn't he? That's a lie, right? Gender is not a fact. It's not the fact that we were born here by a mom and a dad. No, that's not fact. Hey, immaculate conception. Hey, it was good for the Bible. It's good for me. Immaculate conception. That's what we're going with now, right? Right? Fuck. Hey. I'm gonna tell you like this. Some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but a virgin getting pregnant is absolutely unbelievable, right? Right? I didn't believe that either because I go with I go with common sense, right? Right? Common sense is we have a mom and a dad, nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about if you know what I'm saying. If both are your biological parents, there's a mom and a dad. Plain and simple. If you're adopted or you were adopted in, of course that could be something different. But if you were biologically born by both biological parents, one is male, the other is female. Nothing else. That's it. They can identify with something else, but that doesn't change the fact of what they biologically are. So do you see what I'm trying to say? How is it that all these people are like, hey, you know what? We're going to sit there and say that's discrimination, or we're going to say it's hate speech. It's not. It's just the damn truth. What the hell is wrong with the truth? Nobody's using it to offend anybody. You're getting offended because you feel like being offended. Or you feel like just throwing a fit. Or you feel like just storming into a damn office. Like, come on. I'm so glad that Netflix finally stood the fuck up. Somebody. Because there was no ending in sight. But I knew this was going to happen. And it's going to happen like you don't understand. Like you don't believe. It's because of the way the woke crowd is going about this. Only so long a bully could be a bully. Just remember that. A bully can only be a bully until his victim stands up for himself. You see what I'm trying to say? And the victims are, I'm being serious. Like, oh, how dare he call us marginalized group victims? Well, what's it called? The bullies. Well, you don't think that's what that is? Somebody disagrees with you, you take their livelihood from them, you want to squash them until there's nothing left of them, that they can't have nothing. You drag them all through the media. You do all of this stuff just because they disagree with you. Well, let me ask you this. If this is all stuff that you don't care about and you're not offended by, why this? Let's check this out, right? No, we're not offended, right? No, we're not offended. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so what is Tara Field, right? Tara Field? Okay, so where is Miss Field? Hold up, hold up. Tara Field, that's the name, right? So we have Miss Field here. I work at Netflix, blah, 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 all the same thing, right? 8:49, October 6, 2021, right? Right? So now October 6, right after that, what does she do? Being trans is actually pretty funny. If you're someone who actually knows about the subject matter, like if you're actually somebody that knows about the subject matter of what's in science, or the subject matter of what you as trans folk call the new population or the new world. I don't know what y'all's calling it. Well, I don't know what's the name of it now, but I mean, whatever you guys call it, but whatever. All right, so let's just go. How could volunteering for a second puberty not be funny? That is kind of funny, right? You are kind of volunteering for a second puberty, right? Okay, so whatever. All right. That isn't what he is doing, though. Our existence is funny to him. And when we object to his harm, we're offended. You can object. There's nothing wrong with objection. There's nothing wrong with objection. There's a problem when you go in there and try to get him canceled and try to get him, all that, everything that you, obviously you're offended. Why else would you do it? You objecting to it has offense to it. That's what happens when you're offended by something. You object to it. I object. And then you take the notion after that to either take a swing, which I'm not saying you're doing. Well, you are. You're taking a Twitter swing. That's how you guys do. You guys got your Twitter fingers going on. And then you start doing this. And then you scroll. And then you scroll. Look, mind you, look at the date. Look at the date, y'all. Look at the date. October 6th. I mean, she could not stop here. Oh, this. I don't know if you're offended or if you're right now. What is this? You know what? Let's just stop on any one of these. You know what I'm saying? Tell me when to stop. Scroll. Boom. Okay, let's stop on the 50th one. Remy Fellnell, a black trans woman in her 20s, was shot to death on April 15th in Charlotte. NC, Remy's aunt said, right? Auntie said, right? This is somebody. Do you know this person? Do you know them? Okay, so you don't know them, right? Okay, so she was a vibrant young transgender woman who was just trying to make it and was doing it. Remy is not offended. You know what? Let's stick to that. Hey, I'm telling you right now, I swear on everything I love, I did not just scroll to this and, have it part of the, no, I did not. But while you're on that, because I was going to bring this up sometime, but why not right now? Might as well do it, right? Since we're going to start bringing up dead transgender people, right? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing to make our point? Okay, so here's a good point of mine. Here we go. Because here's somebody that I think you might, you'll recognize real quick as soon as they come up. And then guess what? I'm going to be the worst human being in the world because I brought up somebody that you guys know so well. And you guys just treat it with so much respect and dignity, right? Because they happen to go against the grain. So we're going to talk about it. Hey, you wanted to talk about it, Miss Field. Well, let's go. Let's talk about it. I know. I ain't gonna lie. I'm making this annoying voice purposely. I do this when I want to piss off my wife. You ready to talk about it, Miss Field? Miss Field. Miss Field, you there? Miss Field. Miss Field. All right, here we go, Miss Field. Let's get it. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about. You recognize her, right? Miss Field? Miss Field, you recognize her? Um, her only, let's say, offense to the offended and the marginalized, which she was part of that whole. She just wasn't part of the. That's the problem. You can't just be in halfway. You got to be in all the way. You got to be a woker. You got to be just delusional. And if you're delusional enough, guess what? You're down with us. But you have to toe the line. See, there's hierarchies everywhere, right? There's hierarchies everywhere because the mob did not agree that she disagreed. She was no longer part of that society. She no longer could be part of that society. Kind of like me. I'm no longer, well, hey, that's what I'm told. I'm no longer Latino because I happen to, call the bullshit on when I see bullshit. So I can't be a Latino no more. Nope, nope, nope. Because I no longer identify as a Democrat. I can't be Latino. I don't identify as a Republican either. I identify as what? Independent. But see how that goes if if you don't toe the line, you are no longer, well, fuck you. I don't need to be in your group. You think I give a shit? Like that's the thing. That's not me. I've done everything by myself. Don't need it. All I need is my wife, my family. I don't need anything else. I don't need to pay attention to anything else. So here we go. So Dave Chappelle, backed by family of late transgender Daphne Dorman from The Closer. Right? So Daphne spoke up. Daphne said, listen, her family spoke up. Listen, it's comedy. It's comedy. That's all it is. Nobody's trying to do, you know what I mean? Just don't watch. If you don't like it, don't watch. It's not like they're sitting there like this whole, trying to point out the worst. Like, okay, so the people that happen, let's be real with this. This young woman, I'm just going to come to the conclusion because we already know what happened. Most of you guys do. She committed suicide. Not because of Chappelle's jokes, because she was outed by you, your mob, your woke movement. Where is the story on that? Where's that story? I don't see her name. Let's go back to Mrs. Field since she wants to start bringing up woke dead transgender. Since she wants to do that and she's doing this whole memorial, let's see if the late Daphne's on there. Let's see if we see her on there. Let's see if she's on that list. I can guarantee you she's not, and I haven't gone through it. You want me to tell you why? Oh, because this isn't about that, right? But I thought it was. I thought it was about the shit that everybody else does that affects y'all. No, but the blatant disrespect and the shit that you guys told her. No, that doesn't include that. That doesn't include that. Why? Because it was somebody that at the end of the day did not agree and toe the line. So remember this. You can't say facts. You can't say how you feel. You have to just agree. So They just want compliance. Yet they're accusing everybody else of the same damn thing that they are doing themselves. But in this case, the person's no longer here. Isn't that interesting? And it her family says it. It's as soon as she went on with Dave, the it got so much, the hatred gotten so bad, the verbal abuse, the verbal assault that she took got so bad, she took her own life. It's sad. It's sad. It is sad. It's sad when anybody passes, man, especially to hate or discrimination or somebody taking their life. Yes, it's sad. But here's the thing, this is a fact. She took her life because the abuse she endured by this community that supposedly all they want is equality. They're not out here bullying nobody. They're just out here singing Kumbaya, we want inclusion. You be the judge. You tell me. Read a little bit, and then we're gone. I talked enough. But yes, this is truth. This is the truth. And it's sad. And it's wrong. And you guys know it's wrong. And you at the least you could do to show that you're a decent human being, Miss Fields. I mean, I'm pretty sure you knew this woman. You know what? Let me go back before I talk my trash. Let's see if Daphne's named up here. Oh, okay, 45-year-old black trans woman. Oh, it's funny how why are these Latina? That's that's interesting. That's very interesting. So we got Latinas, we got Samuel Edmund Damian trans was killed January. Puerto Rican, Latino. Okay. So see what we're doing here? Do you see what you're doing? Do you not realize what it's obvious what you're doing? Do you see what you do? So what it's not despicable enough that you're just gonna use it that it's this trans thing and it's a marginalized group. You want to double down. You want to put so you're telling me there's no white trans? I just showed you one. Why ain't they up there? Is any of these people? Is any of these human beings that you are posting up here to act like January? Bianca Blanks, trans woman, shot to death, Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, that could be. Maybe. Okay. But for the most part, why why are we posting race? This is my question. Why is the race a concern? Like, you already said they were trans. Why are we posting race? Is it because you want it to look double traumatizing or you want more people to come and agree? Is that what it is? Because I'm Latino and I really don't get why you're putting that up there. I'm Puerto Rican. I seen somebody that's Puerto Rican up there, and I don't get how that's relevant. If this is a trans thing, because I didn't hear him talking about Puerto Ricans, and if he did, it wouldn't matter. I'd laugh. You know what I'm saying? There's some, you know what I mean? It's a joke. Latinx, Tiffany Thomas, 38, black woman. I don't see why. Why isn't your former colleague up here, Miss Fields? Can you answer me that, Miss Fields? Why isn't your former colleague up here? I mean, a lot of these people that you mentioned, maybe you do know them, maybe you don't. But you would think, since we're on the topic of Chappelle, why wouldn't we discuss her? Why wouldn't her name be in this list of names? No, you're not offended. You're offensive. What you're doing right here, Latinos, blacks, trans, should be offended at the fact that you're using, you're using us. You're using us to fulfill your little agenda. That's offensive. Because if it was really about that, why don't we right a wrong in public? You guys bullied Daphne to the point that she took her own life because she disagreed with the movement and did the wrong thing and stood up for Dave because she knew where his heart was. And she knew you guys were overreaching. Like a lot of us do, but a lot of us are too scared to get canceled. I ain't got shit to lose, so it don't matter. Do what you want with me. But there's people that do, and you guys just don't care. You guys go up on Twitter, fucking hack job, fucking social media that they are. I'm letting you know right now. Twitter is going to fall out of its nest. Seriously. It's going to stumble out of its nest. Because Twitter, I'll tell you right now, that cozy little nest you're in, you're trashing your own home. You're excluding everybody else. You're excluding everybody with your sick, twisted way of doing business. You see what I'm saying? When you can let when you can let a Latina and you got, well, let's just say two minorities because let's be you let two minorities go there and completely be hateful towards two Caucasians when their only crime was no crime. They were studying and they weren't out doing anything wrong. They were studying in a multicultural space at it. You let that go viral. You let something like that go viral. Bullying. That was bullying. And it was racist. Shame on you. And that's why I think that, there should be a campaign against Twitter. I think Twitter's just a despicable platform. It's a despicable platform. Plain and simple. Well, that being said, hey, Miss Fields, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for grouping all of us, Miss Fields. Tara, keep up the good fight, honey. Bravo. Bravo. But since you don't want to bring up Daphne, I did. You know what I'm saying? Since you didn't want to put her in there. Brown and black. We're going to put them up there too. Hey, man, y'all want to put a cherry on top? We got to put the brown and black. Got to do that. Make our case even stronger. Get all of them over here with us. Going crazy at Twinkersville. The fuck out of here, man. Hey, man. Do yourself a favor. Go say, hey, and I'm not getting this from Netflix. Hopefully they cut me a check, but they ain't going to. But I'm going to tell you right now. To me, to get rid of this woke stuff and them abusing their, you know what I'm saying, the influence that they have, you were given this influence and you guys are abusing it. And you are. You guys are abusing it and you guys are being hurtful and you guys are just, anybody that does not have the same mindset as you want to abolish them. Well, let's abolish this way of thinking, this hateful thought process, and let's back Netflix and show that, hey, you too could stand up and not be a victim of this woke culture that abolishes anybody that doesn't agree with them. Thank God my kids don't think this way. Thank God I'm a father that's in the home. Thank God. Thank Jesus. Don't forget, peace, love, and positivity. and respect each other. Peace, deuces, gone.